Hi there. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be listening and reviewing Prince's second album. It's a self-titled album released in 1979. Last week I listened to his debut album, For You, released a year and a half prior, and I did enjoy certain tracks. The ones that stood out were two of his ballads, Crazy You as well as So Blue. So now we're listening to the 1979 self-titled album, released in October 1979, recorded in Alpha, Burbank, California, and it's 40 minutes. The record company is Warner again, and he was entrusted again. I spoke about last week how incredible it was that he fought to get complete control, creative control, playing all of the instruments, writing all of the lyrics, composition by himself. And the album didn't do that great. So Warner entrusted him again to make the second album. So we're going to listen to it, and I'm looking forward to it. I know he did the Well, I'll talk about that as the songs play through. So the first song on the album is called I Wanna Be Your Lover. I wanna be your lover. I wanna be the Very interesting lyrics. Firstly, what stands out for me is that falsetto. I spoke about it when I listened to For You. Very smooth. I The lyrics, I want to be your lover, I want to be your lover, and I want to be your mother and your sister too. It's interesting lyrics. Very interesting. um I love the line, I want to be the only one you cook for. There's another lyric that stood out. He says, they say I'm so shy. I noticed, I actually watched the American Bandstand performance of the song prior to listening to this album. So I am a little bit familiar with the song. Great performance. I also saw the Midnight Special TV. A lot of lip syncing. Those performances were lip sunk. However, I did see the interview that he had with Dick Clark from American Bandstand, and it was very awkward. And I believe Dick Clark said that was one of his most awkward, or his most awkward interview that he conducted. He conducted like over 1,000 interviews with artists and newcoming artists and upcoming artists and established artists. So yeah, so he was very shy. I mean, painfully so, the way he answered the questions, but at the same time, he didn't give too much away. Like, he was very guarded. So yeah, I noticed that. Let's get back to the song. I'm loving this breakdown. The bass is very potent. This is like clearly like a disco feel, very dance oriented. I mean, it just makes me want to just cut loose and just have a good time. Loving it, loving it. That was I Wanna Be Your Lover, the opening track and the lead single of the album. Brilliant song. Love it, love it. Great album opener. Gets the juices flowing, and it's a straight message. I want to be a lover. I don't want anybody else. I love it. Perfect start to the album thus far. Track 2, Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad. Why you wanna treat me so bad? Very interesting. the I don't know what type of instruments he's using, because I've noticed I had to like research all of them and look at them. The one that the ones that I don't know, like the poly moog, mini moog, the string ensemble, ARP, the clavinet. These are all like keyboards. Yeah, they're called keyboards. So a variation of different keyboards, and they produce like different synthesizing, like type of sounds. Um, Gosh, it's hard to. I can't really tell the difference, but very interesting song. Very funky. I like it. It's like a change of. It's different to Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad. It's like more funky. So this song is about a difficult lover that treats him bad, and a lyric that stuck out. You used to say I was the best lover you ever had. I was the best you ever had, and now there's been a change. Can you hear that electric guitar solo? Incredible, incredible, incredible. So talented, so talented. Right, now we're moving on to the next track. It's called Sexy Dancer. I believe this was another single. Um, yes, it is. Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad was the second single. So Sexy Dancer is one of the singles on the album. The fourth. Interesting. Again, that bass guitar doing the heavy lifting here. Um, very a continuation of the funk R&B um, genre. I like it. Some very interesting, breathy, panting. Um, Very interesting, incorporated into the song, so it doesn't feel out of place. Good, good work. This song definitely has very sparse lyrics. It's not lyrically heavy at all. I think it's just more about dancing, like it's on a dance floor, you know. Less said, more dancing. Not my favorite. Definitely the weakest song so far, by a mile. So next song, When We're Dancing Close and Slow. Thus far, the standout is the drums. Loving the drums. It's a ballad. It's slow paced. The drums, they're the star of the show. Like completely the star of the show. Some soft piano as well. Uh, he's dancing closely, you know, with his partner, and very interesting line where he says, "I can almost taste the thoughts in your mind." You know, this is gonna be a bit weird. The sexual lyrics. I know we hear a lot of explicit lyrics, especially like I'm like. uh, Now I'm used to hearing explicit lyrics, especially like with the artists that are like my generations, like born millennials, like millennials and Gen years. I mean, they've gone very explicit. So, so he's a baby boomer. So with their like sexual lyrics, they're very I mean, they're not as vulgar as some of the contemporary music. However, they're also very direct, you know, very interesting. Like, I want to enter inside you. I want to enter inside you and I want to inside you. So, yeah. No, it's not leaving anything to the imagination there at all. I love this instrument is using. Again, I'm not gonna guess which one it is. It it definitely is one of the keyboard sounding ones, but yeah, I love the use of it here. First ballad of the album. I love it. I love the slow pace. Definitely fitting with the title, you know. I can definitely picture him dancing slowly with his partner and swaying and very 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 nice R&B sound, loving it. Track number 5, With You. So we're definitely continuing the slow pace with this song as well. That was With You. I really did not like this song. Incredibly, I mean, the pitch of his voice and the slowness of the song arrangements. Again, very few lyrics. Really was really dull. Um, yeah, I was just waiting for the song to be over. Actually, it was quite painful. Track 6, Bambi. Already, I will say I welcome the return of uh, increasing the tempo and the electric guitar. I'm already welcoming that. I think the last two, well, the last song, it was like two ballads back to back. It was kind of like getting dreary and sleepy a bit. So let's pick it up a bit. I love the growl in his voice when he says, "Baby, can you understand?" Like, it's wow. I'm feeling the passion there. It's better with a man. I'm on Genius, and Genius it tells you what the song is about. So this song, it says, is about Prince falling for a lesbian who's already in a relationship with another girl, and he tries to change her mind. Whew. Interesting topic. I like this one. I like this one. It's a fifth single from the album. The electric guitar at the like was fantastic. I think it was a percussion as well. Perfect, 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 perfect. Uh, let's move on to the next song, track number 7, which is called Still Waiting. Loving the use of the chords there. I don't know which variation of piano he's using. Doo-wop, it's got give me that doo-wop feel. I that 60s, 50s type feel. I'm loving it. Let's carry on.
I spend my nights just crying, and I spend.
The standout in the chorus is a standout. I mean, in the chorus is the backing vocals. I believe it. Oh, Andre Simon is on backing vocals, but it states here is uncredited. I'm not sure if it's him or Prince, but yeah, those are sticking out.
Don't you know that
Track 8, I Feel For You. Love it, love it, love it. Um, I know the song was given to Shaka Khan, who's very close with Prince, and she had a hit of her own. She had a hit with the song in 1984, and it won 2 Grammy Awards. Um, Very interesting. I'd love the original. I haven't heard the Shaka Khan version. Which I'll check out some other time. But I'm loving the original by Prince. Let's continue on. I'm not sure whether he's doubling his vocals, um, like layered on top of the other, or is it backing? But I'm loving it. Now in the credits, that sounded like a trumpet sound. It's not in the credits though, of instruments used. But I mean, what do I know? What do I? It sounded like a trumpety. Love it, love its incorporation in that breakdown. Final track of the album, track 9. It's Gonna Be Lonely. I love the way he sang that lonely. Right, let's continue on. Don't you know it's gonna be lonely? Right, we have come to the end of the second album, the self-titled album, Prince. It's going to be lonely. Um, Lackluster ending. Nothing else to say about that song. Alrighty. Now, this is an improvement on his debut album. I rated the debut album 5.2. And before I give you my score for this one, I came across an excerpt from an interview that Prince did in 82 for Rolling Stone. It states here, Prince remembered this album as contrived and a deliberate attempt at the mainstream. And quote, I have put myself in a hole with the first record for you because I spent a lot of money to make it. I wanted to remedy that with the second album. I wanted a hit album. It was for radio rather than for me. And it got a lot of people interested in my music. But it wasn't the kind of audience you really want. They only come around to check you out when you have another hit. They won't come to see you when you change directions and try something new. That's the kind of audience I wanted. That's very interesting quote. I actually I appreciate what he said. Because I mean, with there's a lot of artists that make stuff for the radio and they just want another hit, and sure it gets the played on the airwaves and your general audience likes it, but I've never been one who likes music that everybody else plays, because one, they overplay it, and then you don't end up enjoying it. So, and it tends not to be very deep, or for the most part very long lasting and very good. Um, yeah, so I appreciate what he stated there. And I didn't discuss the album cover. Um, Much better album cover than the first one. The first one was just dark and brown, and like it didn't stand out at all. With this one, it's a lot more bold. He's bare chested. His hair is all free and long and curly and wild, and he's looking at the camera, and it's got a blue background. And his the album title and his name is written above his head in pink. You can see the chest hair there. Very handsome man. Good skin. Beautiful cover. I would rate the album cover a 8. An 8. Very simplistic, you know. It's just the artist there as he is, you know. So now let's get to it. What do I think of the album? So yeah, it's better than the first album. You can see the improvements. You can hear the improvements as well. I'm giving it a 6.1. Improvement from the 5.2 I gave the first album. It's still not um, an album that I'm going to come back to and play. And I'm glad that he referenced that. I read that quote from the Rolling Stone interview, that this wasn't really the music that he really wanted to make. He was just trying to make a hit. It doesn't connect with me. 3 songs stood out for me, and I'm going to have them on rotation. It's the first song, "I Wanna Be Your Lover," the album lead single, which peaked at number at number 11 on the Billboard charts. And another song that stood out is "Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad." That is my favorite track of the album. Um, and the last song that stuck out is "I Feel For You." So 3 songs I'm going to add onto my playlist and play them again in future in heavy rotation. I definitely will come back to the album at some point when I've become a fan. I'll tell you when the day comes. It hasn't happened yet. So thank you so much for watching this video and for listening. And please, in the comments, let me know your thoughts. Are you a fan? I've already have some recommendations for concerts of his I should watch. I will get there as and when the time comes. It's like I said, I'm doing an album journey for Prince, going through his career chronologically. So I'll get there, and I'm looking forward to the growth, the artistic growth. I'm looking forward to his albums that are coming up. Um, Thank you so much. Please like, comment, share, and I will see you in the next video. I'm looking forward to having engagements with you in the comments, so I do respond. So thank you so much, and see you next time.